First time I did mime was in 1978. I'm in the state of Alabama, of course, in the United States. And I was at a place where I was trying to figure out kind of what my goal in life was. And I saw a young man from the state of Florida, and he did mime on the streets. And I watched what he was doing, and there was something in me that just wanted to do it. And so I went to, of course, at that time I was a member of a church, and still am, but I mean, of a church there. And I went to the leader of the church, the pastor of the church, and I told him it was something that I wanted to do. And he told me that when I got something ready, to let him know. And so I worked and got one piece that was about 5 minutes long. And I went to him and I said, okay, I've got something. And he goes, okay, in 2 weeks you'll have the entire program, which meant it was like 45 minutes and all I had was 5 minutes. That's a funny story, but at the same time, it really pushed me to create. And I pulled it off in 45 minutes, and that was the beginning. And after that, I did concerts and small churches, small gatherings of clubs and stuff, and it just expanded. So this will be my 45th year, and something I never thought I would say, but yeah. And planning on just keep doing it. Marcel was 84 when he died, and he was still doing it, so I've got a goal. Right now I've been to 8 countries. I actually taught and performed in France twice. I was in Spain at the World Expo in 1992. Of course, been in Russia and the United States. Just traveled all over. This past year I was in Serbia. I got to attend the World Mime Academy there, where we had teaching as well as I was asked to perform. And I have the chance of possibly going to Israel this year, and possibly the United Arab Emirates, UAE, and Egypt, and possibly returning to Turkey. So right now 8, but I'm hoping to add more very soon. This year, it's different in the fact that it's a solo piece. Usually, as people know, I have a partner in my mime, Sergei Sorokin, and we usually do all of our mimes together. And we usually do like small pieces, and each one is an individual piece that stands on its own. This year, I'm doing solo. Sergei's got a new family, and it takes up a lot of his time, which I understand. We both understand. And it takes a lot of time to put together a presentation. So he and I spoke and decided this year I would do solo, which is something I've actually wanted to do for a while. And instead of it being a lot of individual pieces, it's one continuous piece that'll be right around 1 hour long. We'll start the evening with a short video about Marcel, because this is his 100th birthday, which will be actually on the 22nd of March. And so there'll be a short video, and then it'll be a 1 hour solo presentation in mime. So it's a little bit different than we used to do, but of course it's brand new. Nobody's ever seen it. This will be the premiere. It's just kind of a gift from me to Ivanova. Well, years ago, I heard this piece of music. This is actually when I was in the States. And I was out doing my exercising. I was running one day and listening to music, and I heard this piece of music, and it was like, when I heard it, I could see that it needed something done dramatically through mime with it. And I've kept it for years now, wanting to do something with it. And I pull it out every so often and listen to it, but I would never really get a story that would go with it. I would get bits and pieces. But this year, I was pulling it out about a little over 6 months ago. I was listening to it again, and it was like I saw the piece. I knew what I wanted to do. And Sergey and I had already spoken about me possibly doing a solo piece this year. So it just kind of fit together that now I have the piece. It's all solo. It's what I wanted to do, and it's the piece of music that I wanted for so long to do. And so Sergey, of course, is helping me. He'll be helping me on the stage, and he's helping me in a lot of other areas just to get ready. It's just this year it will be me. I usually do it with a group, but I just feel in my heart this is the time that it be a solo piece, just me. Well, this is a story. It's pieces of it, as you'll find out. Pieces of it are based upon my life, but I changed the chronology of my life. I changed characters in my life. So it's not exactly my life. I just took from my experiences in life and used that to kind of put this piece together. It's a story about the cost that you have to pay if you really want to live your dream, because not everyone is going to understand your dream, even though you want people to. And so sometimes you will lose friendships, you may lose family, you may lose finances, you may lose lots of things, but you have to decide in your heart, is this dream worth all of this? And if it is, then it's your dream. I thought it was kind of funny after thinking about it that I am doing a piece about finding your dream, but at the same time, me doing this piece solo is my dream. So it's kind of like working together in that I'm fulfilling my dream by talking about fulfilling your dream. Ivanova's my home. It became my home even before I moved here from the States. The first time I came from America was 1993, and I had never been to Russia, much less even heard of Ivanova. And I came to Ivanova and was here for 10 days doing mime on the street. I actually did mime on Ploshchad Pushkin in front of the theater. There used to be a little stage there where the steps are now. And actually did mime there. And when it came time to leave, I did not realize how much this place meant to me. Then I left, and it was difficult saying goodbye, but I knew I was going home. I'd been other countries, and going home was just what you did. Okay, I did what I did here, I go home. But then I got on the airplane in Moscow, and just that reality of leaving hit me. And I actually cried for 2 solid hours on the plane. I had a friend who was with me, and he couldn't explain it. And when I got home, a friend of mine there saw me and came up to me and said, "How was your trip to Russia?" And I looked at him and just lost it and started crying again and said, "I want to live there." And I couldn't understand the why. All I knew is it was a desire that I could not, that wouldn't leave me. And so I came every year. I moved here to live in 2000. And it's just, like I said, it was my home before that time. My heart was here from that first time in July of 1993. It was my home. My heart was here. And it still is. People laugh at me because I say Ivanovo is the best city in Russia, and it is. For me, it is. I've been to lots of cities and spent time in other areas, but Ivanovo is the best. I'm sorry, hands down. I would like to encourage people to really come and see this Vystuplenia, this presentation. Because, as I said before, it's like a gift from me to Ivanovo. I think they'll see mime in a different way. It's not there may be areas in it, times in it that's funny, but there's other times which aren't funny. It's a more of a dramatic piece, but at the same time, it has an inside joke, which I won't tell you what the joke is. Maybe you can think of it later. But there's music in it that I think will be familiar to a lot of people, but it will be they'll hear it a different way than what they're used to. So when you come, you'll probably hear a lot of music and go, that sounds like, wait, that's this song, but it won't be like you've used to hearing it. And I like that. The word in English is juxtaposition, meaning I like that you're thinking here, but this is over here. And I think people will enjoy it. At the same time, as I said, it's a gift. And I think people will have a good time. I think that they'll go away and hopefully be inspired. Hopefully they will hear what I'm trying to say in this about finding that dream, and no matter what it takes, getting that dream and holding on to it, because it makes your life worth living. That's what I want people to understand.